Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Apaya Puzzles. This is an addendum to a video that I published a couple of days ago, which you may have seen, where I solved this cryptic from Vaughan McCallie, an associate on Twitter. Great puzzle, but I did a couple of things wrong. One was that I put a link to the puzzle in the description, but the link ended up not working for some reason. So if you were wanting to give it a try, you may not have been able to. I've corrected that in the original video, and there'll be a link to that in this video as well in the description. So if you'd like to give this a try before me spoiling it today, then please feel free to. The second thing was that there was one clue that I answered, but I couldn't understand fully the passing of the clue. And I raised this with Vaughan on Twitter, and after a series of hints from him as to what was happening, I realized what I wasn't getting, and in fact that there was a theme to this puzzle that I'd completely overlooked. So I thought I should correct the record and do this puzzle full justice. So I'm going to reveal the grid now and explain to you what was happening. There we go. Okay, so this 23 across was the question mark. So 11 across is complement here and in the casino. The answer is red. Originally I had put in, don't know if it'll let me do this since it's already finished. No, I had put in win, thinking that 11 across is black, and black's complement in chess, in various domains, is white, and white is abbreviated to W, and to be here is to be in, so W and in is win, which is something you do in a casino. And at the time I commented that I thought that was a slightly skew-if kind of clue, but I powered on and eventually solved Caesarean with an I here, so misspelt Caesarean and ended up with the wrong letter in this position. But I eventually figured out my error and got everything out and realized that this must be red, on the basis that the complement of black in the casino is red, but I couldn't understand why the complement of what the word here was doing. So this is kind of looks like a double definition. So red should be the complement of black in the casino, but also here, whatever that was supposed to mean. So like I said, I engaged in a few tweets back and forwards with Vaughan, and I finally figured out what was going on. And while I was solving the puzzle, I had pointed out that we had a few references to Australia in the Girt by Sea, the line from our national anthem, the Tasman, which is also a sea, and an Australian sea, mind you, and Australia, and wondered whether there was an Australia kind of theme going on, but I couldn't see any other words that specifically related to Australia. But actually, it's much more impressive than that. We have Australia in the middle of the grid, and it is girt by not just one but many seas. We have the Tasman over here, the Baltic over here, the South China Sea down here, the Black Sea and the Timor Sea, and then down here the Red Sea. And so this red here is the complement to black in the sense of the theme of seas, as well as the complement in the casino. I'm not sure if there's a more specific meaning than that, in that the red and the black seas are geographically fairly close to each other, and maybe they're considered in relationship to each other in a geographical sense. I'm not sure, but I think that is what's happening with the theme. And so really nice, and obviously being that we've just had Australia Day, and I think this was released around then, I presume this was an Australia Day inspired puzzle. And as Vaughan pointed out, once I figured out what the theme was, it would explain why the grid was structured unusually. I commented at the start of the puzzle that it's an unconventional grid structure in that it has these runs of unchecked letters, which is to say letters that don't have crossing words, and it has some runs of letters that are both checked. And traditionally, that kind of structure is usually avoided as much as possible because it introduces more difficulty on the one hand in terms of things like this, where you've got two letters that don't have, particularly the first and second letter, are unavailable through other means, but then also some easier sections where you get two in a row. But the reason for the unusual grid structure was simply that Vaughan was trying to fit in all of these C's and get the theme working. So I know from experience that building themed puzzles often has that challenge of trying to maintain grid integrity while also getting in the key clues that you want. So there we go. So apologies to Vaughan for having missed that the first time around, but congratulations to him for getting that all set up and in a really nicely clued puzzle. I hope you did give it a try and enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon for another video.